Hey guys, we are joined with a little friend who's really scared right now. But basically today's video is just going, my brother's bringing another friend over. So we got two friends and I think she actually makes a debut in this video. But we're going to do a video today. We're going to do a video today on this look right here, which basically is just my go-to glam. And I decided to do this video because I just wanted to show you guys the products that I really trust and I like to use when I know that I need something to last and I need it to look good all night long or all day long or whatever. So that's why I did this video. Just please keep watching. Okay, so I already primed my eyes and put tape on. And I am going to be doing, I think I'm going to be doing a halo eye just because that's typically my go-to glam look. So for that, I'm going to be using two palettes. I'm going to be using my Modern Renaissance palette and my Tartiest Pro palette. But first I'm going to start with my Modern Renaissance palette and I'm going to take this shade Burnt Orange right here. And I'm just going to take a fluffy blending brush and take that into my crease. And now what I'm going to do is take the shade Raw Sienna right there and just take the same brush and pop that into the crease as well. And I think what I'm going to do is just do one eye on camera and then just do one off camera. So that way it's not as long. And I'm going to take Raw Sienna one more time and just blend that color and build that color up again. But it's not quite as intense as I want that color to be. And I'm going to bring it closer to the brow bone. I'm going to take the Blonde Fresco shade right there. It's like a little cool toned kind of purple mauve shade. It's a really, really neat shade. And I'm just going to take that in the crease with the same brush again. And this is just going to kind of intensify that crease shade and it's going to add a little bit of a different kind of color to the mix. And I'm going to take that up as well. Now I'm going to take the shade Red Ochre right there. And I'm going to take a smaller blending brush like this one. And I'm going to pop that shade closer into the crease. And now with a smaller kind of angled precision brushes, I think this is actually the brush that comes in this palette, I'm going to take all the shades that I used just to do the crease and I'm going to put those into the outer and the inner corner. Alright, so I did the other eye, and now I'm just going to take the shade Cypress Umber, which is just the dark brown shade, and I'm going to put this on the outer corner just to deepen it up. Right here, and I'm going to take the shade actually I'm going to dig into my Tartiest Pro palette and I'm going to take the shade Classic, which is this kind of like bone colored shade, and I'm just going to take it in that middle part that we want to keep light, so that's the halo portion of the eye. And I'm not taking white because I don't want it to be too bright, just enough because we are going to layer shimmers on top of it. We want those to be vibrant. So I'm digging into this palette for my shimmers at first. I'm going to take the shade Ethereal, and I am just going to put that on my finger because I find that these shadows work best on the finger. And I'm just going to put that in the center there. Alright, so I'm done with the eyes, and now I'm going to move on to the face. So the first thing that I'm going to do is prime / moisturize with my Simple Sensitive Skin Experts Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. And this is fantastic. I believe it's a dupe for the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. So pick this up for sure. It feels the same on the skin. And we're just going to hydrate with this because I did wash my face. So. And now I'm going to take my Smashbox photofinish Radiance Primer with hyaluronic acid. And this I'm just going to use as a liquid illuminator today. So I'm just going to take it on cheekbones and here and down the nose and here and on the cupid's bow. And this is super, super, super natural, like a natural radiance, natural finish because it's a primer. It's not a liquid highlighter, but I like that kind of gold undertone to it, and I think it just kind of leaves a pretty finish. So that's what I'm doing for that. And I actually am going to do a concoction today for my foundation. I am going to do my Tarte Clay Stick Foundation in the shade Medium Sand, and my Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation in the shade 228 Soft Tan. So first I'm just going to apply my... I feel like I have hair on my face, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to apply this. I'm just going to 2 little stripes here, and then there's 2 stripes here. And I don't usually do 2 full coverage of foundation, but since this is a quote-unquote glam look and I'm super broken out, we're going to do a little bit of fuller coverage. So now that I got that on, I'm just going to apply this Fit Me foundation. And just apply it, not too much of it. And usually with your, glam looks, you're going somewhere, or you're doing something, so you want something to last. And the mix of these just is super flawless. It looks good because that clay stick foundation is more of a radiant finish, and this is obviously a matte finish. So they just do really well. Actually, I'm going to take a brush to do this with. I'm just going to take this little buffing brush and buff this into the skin. And taking it down the neck because I haven't self-tanned, and these are both self-tanned foundation shades, so I'm gonna have to extend that onto the neck a little bit. Alright, so now that I've done my foundation, I am going to do my concealer, and first I'm going to take the Tarte Shapetape Concealer. This is great for glam looks because it's so full coverage. And it looks flawless on the skin. So I just take a very, very small amount of this, like just dots. And I'm also going to highlight with it and conceal the spots because I have a lot of spots to conceal right now. I'm so broken out. And then I'm also going to take my Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline. And just bring that this way a little bit. Just to kind of brighten the areas up more. Bring it on the sides of my mouth, under my nose. And that's sufficient. This stuff, I really like it, but it goes so quickly. You only use it a few times and you're down that much. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm just going to take it along that line because since I put tape there, you don't really get coverage there from foundation or anything. So we're just going to make sure that that area is done well. And I usually don't apply too much in the inner corner just because I crease and that just makes it worse. So I end up having to go and again with more on that inner corner, and I actually put way too much, but oh well. And I'm just going to take a brush to blend that out. So actually I usually, even though I haven't used this on my channel yet, I usually bake with the e.l.f. just like a little translucent powder, and I'm just going to take that on the sides of my nose. when I'm going for more glam looks, I do cream contour and I do powder contour. So I'm going to take my Bella, it's so dirty, but I'm going to take my Bella Pierre Cosmetics Contour and Highlight Cream Palette. And I just take this tiny little concealer brush and take that darkest shade there and just kind of carve those cheekbones. And I do a really precise line because this doesn't need to be super harsh, considering I go over it with powders anyway, but it just adds a little extra oomph to the situation. Okay, so I went ahead and finished off the eyes, and for the eyes I just took all the shades that I took up top, and then but I also added in the shade Love Letter, which is just that bright like pink purple shade, just to add a little bit of something. And then I just stuck Tempera and the shade Primavera into my inner corner, and then added my Laura Geller highlighter in there. And then for the brow bone I just took the Tempera shade again. And now I'm going to finish off the face. So for that, I am going to just take my Stay Matte powder and just kind of brush it over everything, just to make sure everything's totally locked in place. And then I am going to start contouring. So for that, I'm just going to take my typical Kokie contour kit and my e.l.f. brush. So I'm going to take my Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer, and I am going to just blush that across the cheeks and the forehead. And I'm just going to blend out that nose contour a little bit. And now I'm going to take blush. So for blush, I'm going to use my Balm Springs Long Wearing Blush in the shade In Full Swing. And I'm just going to dip this duo fiber brush into it and just lightly dust that on the cheeks, like so. And I am going to use my Urban Decay 8 Hour highlight. I think it's what it's called. I just use like I just have a little refiller of it, and I'm just gonna put that on my cheekbones. And I think I might add a little bit of the Laura Geller highlighter, just because I kind of want that gold, because we have that, you know, eyes centered on gold. I kind of want that onto my highlighter as well. And this is a really like, it's like a champagne kind of color, so it's not quite the gold that I need. So just there on the brow bone, here and here, and then just a little bit here and here. And I love this highlighter because it's not glittery at all. And I'm going to take this Laura Geller. I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of this just to make it a little bit more gold. Give us kind of like a flash of gold. And I'm going to bring it closer to the front of my face. And then once again on the temples, take a little more down the nose and here, and then on the chin. So I'm going to just take my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee, and just want to do something really light. So this is just like a nice little pink shade, kind of like a nude. And face mist as always. And that is it. Thank you guys for watching so much. As always, please like and subscribe, and comment down below anything you would like me to do in the future. Say bye, kitty.